According to unknown laws of aviation, there is no way that a raider should be able to fly. Its ziplines are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The raider, of course, flies anyway, because raiders don't care what developers think is impossible.
I have always loved going out of the bounds of video games because it allows us, the players, to see what we are not supposed to. Everything that makes up the illusion of a coherent, realistic environment. That's why I'm making this video, so you can all enjoy this feeling with me. And when I say out of bounds, I don't mean by using arc probes like in that one shot that got like a bazillion views, because arc probes despawn at some point and that's not high enough. I want to fly so high that I'm above the clouds and see the edge of every single arcraiders map for myself. Streaming and making videos is my full-time job. If you enjoy my work, please interact with it and with my channel. Shout out to my tier 2 channel members TJ, Exotic Spoon and Jolly Goodman. And on that note, let me tell you how I built an aircraft in arcraiders. This all started a few weeks ago when a member of my Discord server, who goes by the name Vegan for the Animals, discovered how to make the first plane. This first version of the plane was extremely basic. One field crate and one zipline. Put one end of the zipline on the crate, pick the crate up and immediately attach to the zipline, and voila. Except that will only get you so far. See, ziplines can only be extended up to 60 meters, after which they break, and by having one end of the zipline on the ground while flying up and away from it, you end up falling to your death. But why does this work in the first place? So, this contraption is very simple to understand. Arc Raiders is a game we could qualify as realistic, but it's still a video game, meaning even the physics system can have bugs, glitches, and loopholes, and that's exactly what we are exploiting here. We carry the crate and the zipline, and because we are attached to the zipline, we basically carry ourselves. So yeah, that's cool and all, but we are stuck. You cannot place both ends of one zipline on the same crate because a zipline cannot be placed if it's shorter than like 10 meters. One end of the zipline has to be on the ground, which means we will always... Oh, Embark just allowed us to fly. It's written right here. I can't believe this. They didn't have to. This change is kind of pointless, and yet they did it. Well, shout out to Embark. Time to fly. No, but seriously though, this random line in the 1.13 patch note that your favorite streamer whose job is to read patch notes probably ignored essentially means that the sole limitation of our plane has been thrown out of the window, and then it started flying. In case it's not clear, you can now place both ends of a zipline on the crate. So our first idea after reading this was extremely obvious. Find two field crates, place a zipline going from one crate to the other, and get two players to fly at the same time, each with their own crate. This should work because both ends of the zipline are flying up at the same time as the two players. So we solved this, GG easy. Oh, it doesn't work. Why does it not work? Literally everything is flying up, and we even tried to both fly in the same direction, so we could not bump into each other, but it always happens anyway.
Go! Oh, oh, oh! Oh my god!
No! So what's happening here is both players are riding towards each other and are bound to collide. There is simply no way around it. Even if one player takes off later than the other, the second player pushes the first one up, adding their velocities together or something. I'm not a science guy. And then the first player flies way too fast and the zipline ends up breaking. So we either bump into each other or break the zipline. Wait, it's working because we are going in the same direction.
Let's go!
Let's go! Holy crap! No! And at this point we were pretty demotivated. We figured we could try to make a triangle with 3 crates, so no player could collide, but we were not sure it was gonna work, and it made everything more complex anyways. And in case you have not realized, we are also limited to 8 ziplines per player per day, 3 from Apollo and 5 ropes from Celeste, which we then craft into ziplines. And we can also find ropes and zipline, but that doesn't sound very fun to farm. I have people giving me some stuff, but yeah, it's annoying, so we kinda gave up. And just as I was busy giving up, Vegan was asleep. And that's the best fucking thing he has ever done. Because that's when he came up with the solution. Yes, he dreamt of the solution and drew it. Look at this. It literally fixes everything and allows us to fly. This is literally troll comic logic. You know, the stuff from 2010 when the troll dude is like, just use magnets to pull yourself up? Problem logic? I used to find these so funny and clever. Well, they are actually, because that's literally how it works in Arc Raiders. So first you place one end on the crate. Then you place another zipline on the first one, then 1 or 2 more, and finally, while standing close enough to the crate so the base is placed on it, you place a final zipline that goes from the crate to the zipline tower thing. To make it less likely to grab the wrong zipline, we pick up the box and walk away to break all the ziplines that are attached to the ground. And voila! A portable plane in Arcraiders. You can now pick it up, attach to the zipline at any point, and you will start flying up forever. Unlike the previous versions, this one works because you are not only pulling yourself up, but also the whole zipline you're attached to, so your character doesn't move. It's the contraption they are carrying that moves, which is why you can never reach the end of the zipline, and since both ends of the zipline are moving together, it never breaks, and you are just pulling yourself up forever. It's literally perfect. That's such a crazy shot. So here we are flying, and once you are flying, there is only one way to stop, by force quitting the game. I'm gonna Alt F4, and I'm gonna launch my game again. And as we learned in my Arcraiders Mythbusters series, this will freeze you in place until you reconnect to the match. It will also make you drop the field crates, and without your plane, you will fall to your inevitable death, unless you force quit the game again, this time at a low enough altitude for you to survive the fall from your disconnect location. It's that simple. Yep. Oh, and I didn't get knocked! So I just survived a 8.4 kilometers fall. I wish someone saw that. So yeah, it's that simple. One last thing, you can bring other players with you and make a passenger plane. To do so, you just need to get gas mines and pile them up on the side of any zipline. This is often buggy and you will waste a lot of time trying to do so, but if you manage it, your friends will be able to stand on the mines and they will, most of the time, not fall. Because they don't have a crate in their hands, they can dance, play music, throw stuff off board, and as long as you don't engage in PvP, you should not get punished for messing around like this. The rest of this video is gonna be clips from my experiments flying over almost every map currently available, showing them from above and discovering weird and cool stuff. So if you feel like you have seen it all already, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and interact with the video before you leave. That would help a lot. And for the rest of you, let's keep going. So I'm not gonna show you much of Stella Montis because not only was someone blasting copyrighted music, but it also turns out the devs knew we were going to try and go out of bounds with ziplines and snap hooks anyways, without even using this kind of contraption, so they put an invisible ceiling on top of the map. So you can't fly out of it with this method, but if you want to watch the whole raid, it's available for my YouTube members at any tier. So the reason everything looks weird when you are not within the bounds of a map in video games is because people who make the map, they want to make it good for the usual use of it, meaning they use the perspective of a player within the bounds to create the whole environment and what's around the map. And as soon as you go too high or off to the side, you can see like the floor can have holes in it, mountains, rivers, etc. don't really make sense. You have distant patches of land detached from everything else because from the map you are so close to the ground that you can only see very distant objects near the horizon. So there is no need to place them closer. You can just leave a lot of void between two objects, basically. Same for this smoke. This smoke is placed here because when you're on the ground, it looks like it's coming from behind that mountain, probably, or behind the horizon, but when you're above, of course, it's just in the middle of nowhere. As for the map, well, yeah, we are just on a flat square, gigantic flat square, mind you, and then the map people just work on that. Whoa! My crate disappeared. That's the first time I see it. My crate is invisible. Whoa! Whoa! What's happening? Whoa! Am I falling back down? What? I am not falling back down, though. I have never seen this. Why is my contraption flying beside me? What? And now we just keep going? Like nothing happens? I am not moving up anymore, though. Anyways, so if I just ping my map below me, I am... My waypoint is floating next to me. Did I ping my contraption? Alright, so I am 8.4 kilometers up and I cannot go further. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna Alt F4. Now I am frozen in the air and I'm gonna launch my game again and we are back. So now I will have dropped, yep, I have dropped my contraption. I have no more flying machine and I'm simply flying, more like falling. It's kind of weird how the character is not saying anything, like not screaming, crying, moaning, nothing. And also there is barely any sound effect. No fast wind sound effect, which makes this whole experience a bit jarring. Hey, that mountain looks great. You can drop stuff. People, imagine someone on the map gets knocked out by one heavy ammo. Can you go over the map border? Because maybe it's like in the finals, some maps, they forgot to put a lid on top of the map, basically. So maybe I can just go horizontally forever. I mean, until the match ends. So there's no visible, at least, black room in this game like in many other games. Or maybe it's under the map, which would make more sense. But in the finals, they don't always put them below the map. Okay, so you can still reach the end of the map, and you are still blocked. So even if you are extremely high, you are going the wrong way, it's funny. Funny message, you're not supposed to go up, sir. Please come down. What? Why are arc probes so easy to ping? Is this the new exploit if you want to do open arc probes trial? You get a friend to fly 10 kilometers up, and they ping all the arc probes. When I ping, I have a frame drop. Oh my god, yeah, if I spam... Holy f***. That's weird. I'm stupid! I thought I was going to the last extract! Can I... move? Can I have momentum? I have momentum!
Let's head home at the Red Lake balcony lift.
So, can I reach this extract with only 5.5 kilometers to spare? Oh, I don't think so, I'm so slow. Oh, f***! Well, that's the worst spot to land on! I was 1 meter off. I cannot believe how close I was.
Don't shoot. Hello, Raider.
And we are off on Blue Gate. Oh. First time I go inside the clouds. Whoa! We're gonna be higher than the mountain. Damn. That mountain is huge. Oh, radar flare! We're so high, even radar flares cannot reach us. That map is beautiful at the normal height, but it's also so beautiful from above. All the colors, the mountains, and the clouds. Another radar flare. We are above the radar flares. Like, the fact we can go above the radar flares is so cool. I don't know why. That's like an achievement in itself. And that's an arc probe, I assume. That took off. But it's gonna disappear way before it reaches it. Yep, it just disappeared. Because we are so high. We are almost 2 kilometers up. And that mountain looks ridiculous now. We are above it. So the shape of this map is very intriguing. It's so quiet, there is no sound effect anymore. Because I don't have any velocity, I mean upward velocity anymore. That's the first bombing, the 5 minutes left bombing. Am I gonna have the shake effect? Maybe it only checks for distance? Oh, I got the screen shake effect! No way! So it's just distance based. And it took like 10 or 20 seconds to reach me at 8 kilometers up. So it's like an expanding sphere, I assume, from the point of impact. And when the sphere collides with you, you get the screen shake effect. It looks like I'm a Super Saiyan or something, just looking at this from above. 16 seconds left. Where's the bomb? Oh!
Shani here. You can notice a bombardier by the spotters hovering
Whoa!
overhead. Remember to take them out, stay on the move, and use...
Oh, is it going for me? What the hell?
Good luck.
Oh! I just proved that it depends on... people were like confused by that, but the last bombing's location, it's just a visual effect that is specific to you. And I just proved it because it just exploded in the air, like 5 kilometers above the map. So yes, the last bombing explosion, no two players see it at the same location. And it's based on your location, including the vertical height you are at. So if you are flying way up above the map, it just explodes in the air. That's so weird. I'm so happy I have confirmation. So, from this map we are supposed to see Spaceport, by the way. Oh yeah, that's Spaceport there. And we have the usual smoke trails here, for some reason. They put them on every single map. The sky is so beautiful on this map, and all the clouds are very different from the other maps. They are just a thin, seemingly flat layer. Alright, I'm gonna stop it now, and I'm gonna go extract. Hopefully survive, so I don't have to remake my loadout again. That looks... This pose, when you just reconnect, is so silly. Oh, falling through the clouds. Oh, I think I did it perfectly, yes! I didn't take a lot of damage. Well, just survived some 4 kilometers and something jump and extracted safely. Yippee! If you stayed until now, you are telling the YouTube algorithm that this video is worth watching. Please consider supporting me further by commenting, subscribing, liking, boosting or sharing the video. And why not follow me on Twitch, join my Discord server or become a channel member while you're at it. Shout out to Vegan for finding the contraption, as well as to all the nice people who gifted me their ziplines and ropes. And on that note, I will see you topside, Raider.